A day of infamy. The attack on Pearl Harbor. December 7, 1941 dawned as a peaceful Sunday morning in Honolulu, Hawaii. The sun glinted off the waters of Pearl Harbor, a vital American naval base. Unbeknownst to the sailors and soldiers stationed there, a Japanese attack force lurked on the horizon. At 7:55 a.m. local time, the silence was shattered. Japanese warplanes screamed across the sky, raining bombs and torpedoes upon the unsuspecting fleet. The surprise attack on Pearl Harbor plunged the United States into the fires of World War II. The attack on Pearl Harbor was a carefully planned and executed operation. The Japanese sought to cripple the U.S. Pacific Fleet and prevent American interference in their expansionist ambitions in Southeast Asia. The attack caught the United States off guard. Many American ships were docked in close proximity, making them easy targets for the Japanese bombers. The attack lasted for approximately 2 hours, leaving a trail of devastation in its wake. The Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor was a turning point in American history. It shattered the nation's sense of isolationism and galvanized public opinion in favor of war. On December 8, 1941, President Franklin D. Roosevelt addressed a joint session of Congress declaring that December 7th would live in infamy. With these words, the United States formally entered World War II. The attack on Pearl Harbor had profound consequences for the course of the 20th century. It drew the United States into a global conflict that would reshape the geopolitical landscape. The memory of Pearl Harbor serves as a reminder of the costs of war and the importance of vigilance in the face of aggression. It is a somber testament to the sacrifices made by those who served and died on that fateful day. The USS Arizona, a Pennsylvania-class battleship, was among the vessels moored at Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941. Commissioned in 1916, the Arizona had a distinguished history of service in the Atlantic and Pacific fleets. The Arizona was a symbol of American naval might, representing the nation's growing presence on the world stage. Little did her crew know that their ship would become a poignant symbol of sacrifice. Prior to the attack on Pearl Harbor, the USS Arizona had participated in numerous training exercises and diplomatic missions. The ship and her crew had earned a reputation for efficiency and professionalism. The Arizona had also undergone modernization efforts to enhance her capabilities. Despite these efforts, the Arizona, like many other battleships at Pearl Harbor, was ill-prepared for the ferocity of the Japanese air attack. On that fateful Sunday morning, the USS Arizona was moored alongside Ford Island. As the Japanese planes descended upon Pearl Harbor, the Arizona's crew raced to their battle stations. Despite their valiant efforts, the Arizona was struck by multiple bombs. At 8:06 a.m., a 1,760-pound armor-piercing bomb penetrated the Arizona's forward magazine. The resulting explosion was catastrophic. A massive fireball erupted from the Arizona's forward decks, engulfing the ship in flames. The explosion was so powerful that it was felt across the island of Oahu. The Arizona sank rapidly, taking with her 1,177 officers and crewmen. The Arizona's demise was a devastating blow to the U.S. Pacific Fleet and a profound loss for the nation. The attack on Pearl Harbor was a day of chaos, destruction, and unimaginable loss. Yet, amidst the inferno and carnage, acts of extraordinary courage and selflessness shone through. The crew of the USS Arizona, facing overwhelming odds, fought bravely to defend their ship and their comrades. Their stories of valor and sacrifice continue to inspire generations. One such story is that of Rear Admiral Isaac C. Kidd, the Arizona's commanding officer. Stationed on the bridge, Kidd calmly directed the ship's defense as bombs rained down around them. Even as the Arizona began to sink beneath the waves, Kidd remained at his post, issuing orders and providing leadership. For his extraordinary heroism, Kidd was posthumously awarded the Medal of Honor. Another Medal of Honor recipient was Lieutenant Commander Samuel G. Fuqua, the Arizona's damage control officer. Despite being severely wounded in the initial attack, Fuqua tirelessly led firefighting and rescue efforts. He repeatedly risked his life to save his shipmates, even as the Arizona burned uncontrollably. Fuqua's courage and compassion earned him the respect and admiration of all who served with him. The stories of Kidd, Fuqua, and countless other sailors aboard the Arizona exemplify the indomitable spirit of those who serve in the United States Navy. Their unwavering dedication to duty and their willingness to sacrifice all for their country serve as a testament to the enduring legacy of the USS Arizona. The USS Arizona, though lost beneath the waves, remains a powerful symbol of sacrifice and a reminder of the human cost of war. In the decades since the attack on Pearl Harbor, numerous memorials and relics have been dedicated to honoring the memory of those who perished aboard the Arizona and ensuring that their sacrifice is never forgotten. The most prominent of these memorials is the USS Arizona Memorial, dedicated in 1962. This iconic white structure spans the length of the sunken battleship, allowing visitors to pay their respects directly above the final resting place of over 900 sailors and Marines. The memorial stands as a solemn reminder of the events of December 7, 1941, and the sacrifices made by those who gave their lives that day. Beyond the memorial itself, artifacts recovered from the wreckage of the Arizona serve as tangible connections to the ship and her crew. The Arizona's bell, salvaged from the wreckage, is now housed at the University of Arizona, where it is rung each year on December 7th in remembrance. Other relics, including the ship's mast and anchor, are displayed at various locations across the United States, serving as poignant reminders of the Arizona's legacy. The memory of the USS Arizona extends beyond physical memorials and relics. The ship's name lives on in the USS Arizona, SSN 804, a Virginia-class submarine commissioned in 2022. This modern-day warship carries with it the legacy of her namesake, serving as a symbol of resilience, determination, and the enduring spirit of the United States Navy. The story of the USS Arizona, though rooted in tragedy, is ultimately one of courage, sacrifice, and the enduring power of remembrance.